Hey guys, it's Matt. Got something very exciting for you. I'm here with James, and we're going to be having an in-depth look at the new Ironhead jacket from Enginehawk. So the Ironhead jacket, named after the Harley engines from the 1950s through to the 1980s. Super badass jacket, and it looks freaking insane. But Enginehawk isn't just about making gear that looks good, it's about protecting good. So what is in this jacket? Is it protective? What does it do? How does it perform?
Well, funny you should ask that, man. We had a little look through all these armours. Now this is a C level 1 approved one, but the profile of it, if I stuck it in there, would not achieve what we're trying to do with this brand. So, through all this little research and talking to different suppliers, we came up with this one, which is a Saztec. Now it's got a profile of 9mm, and it's got the triple flex design. It's about 60 grams, and the great thing about it, it's got a neutral profile. So this jacket actually has all the armour pads in it, but we didn't want to accentuate them, if you like. So yeah, if I put this on, so that'll just wrap around there and move with you.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Just feels so flexible.
The good thing about it as well, it's the pattern side, the triple flex side, that actually goes against the limbs, because you've also got room for air permeability going through there, but you've also got the tear resistance fabric, which is in addition to the AA rating of this fabric.
Wow, so just for you guys there, so the actual thing that's hitting the ground is that side, not that side.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And that just completely helps with the airflow, completely helps with the slide resistance.
And the, should we say, the ergonomics of movement of the body then.
Yeah, brilliant.
So we've got those in the shoulders and the elbows, and we've also got the central back plate in there as well.
Yeah, and these jackets are coming standard with CE level 1, which you can upgrade to level 2.
Yep, actually, I've got a level 2 here now. Here's a level 2. And what you'll see there, between the level 1, is you've got a slightly thicker profile on that. And it's slightly heavier by about 15 to 20 grams.
And I love these armours, because when you compare these armours to something like that, I mean, they're passing the exact same standards. You know, like, when you're buying a motorcycle jacket these days, you're always getting this sort of like rock hard, you know, polystyrene type thing. What we've gone for is this super flexible, like beautiful, breathable impact resistor that passes the exact same certification as this. So just such a better option. And
it retains all its properties, even in the cold weather. So that's another thing that's a peace of mind.
I mean, if this, you know, if it gets cold, this thing's just going rock hard.
That in there just make you look like a Power Ranger. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, there's some days I want to look like that, but as we saying, we wanted it to look effortless, like you don't have armour, so you can get off. And do you know what? If you take the armours out, it makes for a nice jacket anyway. But what you do have is a balance between the ergonomics you need for motorcycling along with wearing it off the bike as well. So we've tailored the sleeve heads as well. Because I don't know if you noticed, but when you wear a suit jacket and you put your arms forward, the whole thing rises up, but your shoulder gets a point on the top. But with this, as you do it, we flatten the sleeve head, so as you stretch out, you haven't got, as you turn, you haven't got the disruption on your shoulders here.
It doesn't pull up at all. So this is just so comfortable to ride in.
By nature of it, because we've got such a lovely leather on it, we've kept the ergonomic sleeve shape. Apart from that then, we've got a slightly tapered waist. And what we've done with the waist, a lot of companies will just take the waist shaping straight off the side seams. But because we've got panel seams in here and through the back, we've distributed it evenly. So you get a more 3D fit.
So why don't we talk about the actual leather itself, because the great thing about this jacket and all the jackets that we're going to be making is that it's not just the elbows, the shoulders and the back which have impact resistance. Excuse me. The actual garment itself is incredibly protective as well. So what do you say about that?
Well, all we got here is, it's a cow Dutch leather, and this is between 0.9 and 1.1 in thickness. And if you just look at the way that moves, it's got like this matte polished premium finish. To be honest with you, it's kind of emulating the sort of garments that I couldn't afford before.
Yeah, too right.
You know, I'd love to go in and get
a quality leather jacket
like
yeah,
this.
100%. That's the thing with Kido as well. I mean, Kido at the top here. I mean, these guys are industry leaders in this sort of thing. I mean, all the biggest brands are getting their stuff made here, and very premium brands as well that aren't in the motorcycle industry, such as, you know, high-class fashion brands. So when these guys sent us a massive selection of leather, which they did, we knew that we were in the right hands there. We were getting the leather that was gonna pass certification first time, which it completely has. And then we were just getting product which was just quality that makes garments like this.
Oh, well, when we were working with them, we didn't want to just meet standards. So we've got those quality controls to ensure the thickness is maintained throughout the garment at a AA rating.
Exactly, and then another cool point I think to touch on there would be that a lot of brands actually, when you're buying a jacket from most manufacturers, and actually you should check whatever jacket you've got at your house right now to see whether the jacket itself is abrasion and tear resistant and passes CE approval, or it's just the elbow pads, the shoulder pads and the back pad which passes that certification. Because, you know, a lot of these manufacturers, to get around expensive testing costs or simply using cheaper materials to make lower cost products, they're always using essentially worse materials that don't protect you when you slide. And you know, we've been doing these survey results and we're finding that 50% of our riders want that tear resistance and that slide abrasion resistance. But a lot of the time in the jackets that you might even be wearing, you just don't have that layer of abrasion resistance in your jacket, even if you think you do. And the way you find that out, by the way, is if you look in the jacket, there'll be a disclaimer somewhere that will say this jacket is not PPE. And if it says that, then that's actually not a motorcycle garment. It's just got motorcycle pads in it. Correct? Spot on.
Yeah. Spot on. And it was a surprise to me when I was looking at these garments. What we've also got in here, so we've got the outer shell is the cow Dutch. On the inside, what we've used here is a cotton and thermolite fabric. So this is the fabric that's going to be on the inside. And we went with this because the cotton for the natural breathability and overall comfort, but we've mixed it with the thermolite, so it's got lightweight thermal insulation that's stable. It holds the heat when you're in it, but then with the cotton you've got a balance of breathability. And for the sleeves, especially with things like this, I don't know if you've noticed with some jackets, you're fighting your arms to get into the sleeves. So we went for more of a sleek fabric. This is AAA tear resistant as well, so you're going to have that on the inside as an addition.
So not only the outer leather is tear resistant, but also on the arms you've got this beautiful material that is also tear resistant. You know, uber protection.
And this will be housing your armour as well. Armour pockets will be in this as well. But it also just makes it so easy for your arm to slide in and come back out without fighting it. And then with the pockets, we will actually be using an Airtex so we can take advantage of the breathability element of the cotton liners. So with these then, you can just open these up and leave it just as a vent, if you like. We don't want to take away from the functionality of it. So I hear you say, but if I've got my zips open, I'm going to be losing gear. We've got a two-way zip on this, so you can actually zip it up and get it onto the inside pockets. So you can actually store your stuff in there without needing these pockets, and you can just use those as the vents.
You've also got that on this side too. So you've got two inside pockets, which is pretty badass.
Should you have a little come off the bike, you don't want your sleeve rolling up as you're skidding. So we've got these size regulators on there, done in the classic style with an empathy towards the original
you know what?
shirt.
I can't remember the guy's name that commented it, but a lad actually had a fall and said, can we stop that from happening? He actually had a recent fall, so if you're watching this video, leave a comment, let us know your name, because this is pretty much for you. We're ensuring that these sleeves aren't rolling up. So thank you for leaving that comment. This task force is really cool.
On there we've got the size regulator, so this is the small one, and because you've got the zip, you don't want it buckling or anything, you can zip it up, but it's still got the gusseted there, so you're still protecting when you are on the full one. But it can open enough for you to get the gloves up. Another cool little feature is on the collar, where we do have the pop studs to hold it down into place. It's pretty sturdy fabric anyway, so hopefully it won't be flicking around without you doing your Fonz sort of look, if that's what you want to do. And then we've got the two-way zip.
Yeah, can we do that?
And again, I think these, for functionality and comfort, yeah, they do cost more to put on, and they're a bit more fiddlier to do up, in fairness. But the value outweighs that, I think, because when you're in the riding position, you can just pop it up and it slides there, and it's not riding up and hitting you in the chops.
100%. You know, when you're riding a bike and that jacket is just like riding up, causing a little like beanbag on the stomach, you just do that, and that just opens the whole thing up. It's great.
Releases the tension.
Yeah, it just completely releases the tension.
Hopefully we've created something that's got a bit of balancing the function with the overall aesthetics of the classic garment, a classic work style garment. And as I said before, I'm looking at it now, it's like, I saw an Emporio Armani one I wanted years ago that I couldn't get. And
for about 10 grand.
But this to me is getting to a place that's even better than that, because I love the idea that it's functional as well. But we've been empathetic to the styling. We've gone with these tipped pockets like this, so they're asymmetrical, just so it gives more of a chiseled look, if you like, to your chest, and it distinguishes it between a Levi's one or anything like that.
You'll be looking like Captain America.
Totally. With the branding, actually, because again, we don't want to over-brand this, but it's one thing I love is those hidden little details as well. So I love the finish of these shiny popper studs, but what we've got here is our little Enginehawk branded ones.
So this jacket is actually a prototype, and the production models will be coming fully branded in a really dope way. So those popper studs just look awesome. Then
we've got a little authentic badge there. It's actually charcoal 3M, this badge is, with a print on the top.
So if you're riding at night, that is just going to pop up just a little bit.
And it just sits in between the twin needle in there, and twin needle throughout, because it just gives it that tough appeal, but it doesn't just look tough, it makes it tough as well. And then we've got a lovely embossed logo, our hawk's head on the back for stealth. But one little thing I really like about this is the zip pulls we've got. So this zip pull is for the top one, and we've got a wider and longer profile, but it's still flat as well, with a little Enginehawk head there. And it's going to be in this matte finish, so that's going to sit nicely there.
That looks so good. And again, these are all YKK, so these are like industrial standard, super strong, super reliable. They're not going to break off, they're not going to get jammed 24/7, they're premium zips.
And this bottom zip pull is going to be our little signature zip pull.
And that is a piston. So we just wanted to add that, true to our name, sort of Enginehawk. We wanted to add a little piston on the end, so that's what we've done.
And these zip pockets on the side will have miniature versions of the main zip then as well. So we're kind of considering everything, and it's not just because we feel we have to, it's because we want to. You know, we're doing this out of passion, not just to make money.
Yeah, 100%. So just inside of the garment, I actually love this thing. I just love the way that looks. It's super nice, the high gloss silicone print. I love it. You've also got the little detail here. If you want to remove that armour, you just open this bad boy up and pull that out. And that's the back pad there.
So what we will be doing on production is, because we've got another little gem to this, so this Enginehawk logo is going onto this. It's going a bit squarer so you can grab it easier, but this back neck chain just ain't kicking it. So we've got our very own bike chain.
Now that is quality.
As a hanger chain there.
Let us know in the comments what you think about that, because I fucking love it. I think it looks badass. Every Enginehawk jacket is going to come with the bike chain neck loop. So when you're hanging that up, you're going to be hanging up a bike chain, which I just think is dope.
All in all, really
I'm loving it.
Yeah, let's not make that try now.
So yeah, I guess that's all from me, but anything else from you?
I just hope you guys really like it. It was a labour of love, as with all of them are, but this in particular, because it's a hard challenge to take on such a classic design and stay true to it while providing you guys with the functionality you need. So with that in mind, We've got an idea of how much we're going to be charging for this, but in the comments below, could you let us know how much you think it is?
Yeah, that's a cool challenge. Let us know in the comments how much you think this jacket is going to be. That'd be super cool. Let's do it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.